I want to take the sauces and teach people that, really get it out there that it's not just these basic things, that you can use them for anything.
Welcome back to the Food Brew BBQ Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Skidmore, and I'm joined today by a wonderful guest, Brie. Why don't you introduce yourself? Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, Tyler. My name is Brie Blackford, and I am the co-founder of Elda's Kitchen Cooking and Grilling Sauces.
Brie was so kind as to send a couple samples to me, and I was able to try them out, and they're spectacular. I have the black pepper, and correct me if I'm wrong, S-P-Y-K-I. How do you pronounce it? Spiky or?
That is Spiky. So that's short for spicy candied teriyaki.
And that's my favorite, because after I had that one, it was a little spicier than the others. And so I figured it was going to come somewhere in there. Also Theo's Steakhouse and Jamaican Jerk. So how about I go through each one of these and give a little bit about them, and Brie, why don't you interject and then say where the inspiration came from, and obviously fill in people about anything that you'd like them to know. The first one I have is Jamaican Jerk. I'm going to put it on chicken and put that into a taco with some mango salsa, some hot sauce, cilantro. I think it's going to go really well with those. Brie, is there anything you wanted to add about the Jamaican Jerk?
Well, that idea sounds absolutely delicious. So the Jamaican Jerk was actually the start of the marinades. Years ago, I was still very young in middle school and not working. And my father started another brand that had Jamaican Jerk. And Jamaican Jerk has just followed us through all these years. It is as good as it was the first day that was made. The bottles are so convenient because that is a one and you're done sizing, as we like to call it. So if you're going to put it on chicken, that bottle will be perfect for 4 good sized chicken breasts or 4 to 6 thighs. Definitely room for some drumsticks in that bag too to marinate.
I was thinking of it more of a sauce than a marinade, but it has everything. I always talk about what you want in a marinade, having the sweet, the spice, the fat, and citrus of some sort, and I get all of those flavors in that. That's my plan, is to use that over some chicken and marinate it. I love that. So then the second one I have is the black pepper. My neighbors and I, we make for like steaks or just a side, we'll make mushrooms that have like a Worcestershire sauce and soy sauce and like a garlic seasoning. I get all of those flavors from here. This is going to be they're going to be really jealous of this. It has everything, and that's just what came to mind for me with these mushrooms. But what do you see? This is a little bit of a thicker sauce than the jerk. What was your vision with this, and what do you suggest people use with that?
So Elda's was co-founded by my dad and myself. And so with the black pepper, we use that 2 totally different ways.
Okay.
My dad's like quick and simple, bag of frozen meatballs, crock pot with a bottle of the black pepper for parties. Me, I'm still on the same level as he is with the parties, but I actually use it to make beef Wellington.
Oh my gosh.
So I will coat the tenderloin in the black pepper and then do a mushroom pate, prosciutto, and of course followed up with the puff pastry.
Wow. Yeah. Well, yeah, I appreciate that tip, because that would be the flavor profile is that you get a lot of pepper with it, and that would be a great way to coat around the fillet in a beef Wellington. So again, 4 sauces, and I appreciate every single one of them. They have different unique flavors in each of them that could be used in in different styles of cooking, and going from mushrooms up meatballs that you just throw in the crock pot up through something that's more intricate like that beef Wellington. I'm going to move on. Actually, I'm going to save my favorite one for last, but the Theo's Steakhouse. This is a great one. I could see that being even just a dip for like I call it like a campfire sauce. It has like a smoky flavor with it. At least that's what I thought of, like a dip for whether it be fries or even just going over a baked potato. But I got like a starchy feeling whenever, and maybe Steakhouse led me that way. But so I ask again, what do you see? What do you hear that people like about that, or where did your inspiration for that come from?
So I am with you on that. So the Theo Steakhouse is, we were asked to make a marinade, and that's what we, like a steakhouse sauce, but not your typical steak sauce that you're thinking.
Yeah.
We were asked to like take it up a level, and I'm with you on the starchiness in that one. And I actually have, so I go live every Wednesday on Facebook and Instagram. And I have my recipes planned out through the end of the year, and one of them is a baked potato using Theo's Steakhouse. I actually make a Theo's chili, a Theo's Steakhouse chili.
Oh boy! With
pale ale in it.
Oh boy! Is that up on whether it be Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube yet, or is that something that's still upcoming?
No, it's on our website. Actually, you can find the recipe on there. A household favorite in my house, and the website is www.eldaskitchen. But in my house with Theo's Steakhouse, we really enjoy making Theo's Steakhouse burgers. So we make the patty, dice up some onion, cheddar cheese, bacon, Theo's, pop it on the grill.
Any of those sound good. And again, this is a testament to the variety of dishes that you can use with even just one bottle, whether you use it as a whole marinade or you use it over the course of having grilling burgers over the 4th of July, and then moving on to something that's the chili for football season. Put everything in a crock pot and you're good to go. That's awesome. Then I'll move on to the next one, my favorite one, because I like a little spice in life, the Spiky sauce. And will you remind everybody what that stands for besides super delicious?
Well, thank you. So Spiky stands for spicy candied teriyaki. Yeah. And oh my goodness,
you get all that.
You really do. And it was kind of just, a thought to just take our ginger teriyaki or our honey ginger and soy and just really up the sweet, up the spicy, change, obviously change some flavor profiles in there. And that's how we came up with the spiky.
That's an all-purpose sauce. I have a Blackstone griddle, and I think that's going to be perfect for doing hibachi. You can put it on steak, the shrimp, and the steak, shrimp, and the chicken. It's all going to taste. That's going to be great. At least that's what I'm going to plan on using that for. What else? What else have you heard from customers that they might use that for?
So really, in the beginning, people are like, cooking and grilling sauce. I can marinate with it. I can cook with it. I can, use it to brush on when I'm grilling. And I'm really trying to let everyone know that these sauces, they're great on their own. They're great as a dipping sauce. My kids will grab them out of the fridge, for their chicken strips or their fries. But I want to take the sauces and teach people that, really get it out there that it's not just these basic things that you can use as sauce for. You can use them for anything. For example, we have a garlic and herb, and I have made pot pie with that. I put it in, the filling of the pot pie, but I also made the pie crust with it.
Oh, so it's infused into the pie crust.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
So these, there's just, these flavors are great. They stand alone. on their own, and you can build them up. If you take a look at our website, www.eldaskitchen.com, you will see that we have a peach habanero. I have actually made a cheesecake using that.
Oh, wow.
And you would think like, oh, there's some savory notes in there, but really, once you add additional peaches and of course sugar.
Yeah. Oh, that would get that habanero is just gonna. I would imagine, for how well balanced the 4 sauces that I have here, that peach habanero is probably well balanced. It's not going to blow anybody's socks off with the heat. And like you said, could go well with either sweet or savory. And I love the idea of, and I try to push myself in cooking and encourage anybody that listens or watches to go about taking something that's typically savory and make it sweet and vice versa. And with these sauces, these would be a great accompaniment to be able to help with that. Elda's Kitchen, how did that name come about?
So Elda is my grandmother, my dad's mother. And, as long as I can remember and was walking, I was in the kitchen with Elda, or Nani as I called her, day in and day out. I remember spending my summers with her, after school, and she made some of the greatest meals ever, your typical Tuscan tomato sauce, and she would make homemade pasta, homemade bread, meatballs, and whenever she made the meatballs, I was right next to her at the stove, grabbing them as she took them out of the cast iron. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So Elda just, really, she kept the 1950s kitchen culture alive in her kitchen throughout the years. And that rubbed off on me. I truly enjoy watching people as they take a bite of something yummy, whether I've made it or someone else has made it.
Right.
And it just makes me so happy. And it reminds me of her.
And that's beautiful to be able to attribute these delicious sauces to those memories that will live on, and just that to her herself. While we're winding down here, our time together, is there anything else that you'd like to mention to the listeners or viewers, or however people are consuming, no pun intended, I guess, this podcast or YouTube video?
So, talking about Elda and how much love she put in to her home cooked meals and her sauces, Elda's Kitchen makes our sauces small batch, artisan made. So it's very similar to if you were going to be in Elda's Kitchen and have her making a sauce for you. We put love into each bottle with having our small batches.
Where can people find the sauces to purchase, and where can they find you on any social medias?
So you can purchase Elda's cooking and grilling sauces at www.eldaskitchen.com. We are on Amazon, and you can also find us in select retail locations across the country, from Whole Foods and Lazy Acres in the West, DeChico's, Harris Teeter, Mazio's, Citarella on the East Coast, and Whole Foods nationwide too, behind the meat counter.
Wonderful.
And then social media, you can find us at Facebook, or on Facebook and Instagram, both Elda's Kitchen. And I go live every Wednesday night at 5:30 Pacific time on both Facebook and Instagram, where I take our cooking and grilling sauces and change them up and get creative with them.
That's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it. So, Brie, thanks again for taking your time and sharing these with me and sharing it with the audience, whoever stumbles upon this. I'm going to be going on and getting that peach habanero here shortly. So, thanks again, Brie, and we'll look forward to seeing you Wednesdays. Thanks again for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.